These pups here named Romulus and Remus are the first direwolves seen on Earth in 10,000 years. They're about 6 months old, and they have a 2-month-old younger sister named Khaleesi, and they're all super cute and awesome. Together, scientists at Colossal Biosciences made 20 edits across 14 genes in order to replicate the phenotype of the long-extinct direwolf. Direwolves went extinct some 10,000 years ago after once having a range that extended from South America to Canada. But after analyzing the DNA of these long-gone, big, bulky-headed wolves, they were able to identify key differences between gray wolf DNA and direwolf DNA. One of the samples was from a 13,000-year-old tooth that was found in Ohio, and the other was from a 72,000-year-old ear bone found in Idaho. They didn't directly insert this ancient DNA into gray wolf DNA. Instead, they used CRISPR to genetically modify gray wolf DNA to match the DNA they found in them ancient samples. What resulted is wolves that are larger, bulkier, and more musclier, with a larger head, teeth, and jaws. They've set a new benchmark in the science of de-extinction, and it's kinda crazy that these 20 edits have resulted in an animal that's so different than gray wolves. They even got some unique and characteristic vocalizations that haven't been heard for many, many millennia. Both Remus and Romulus were born on October 1st last year, and Khaleesi was born on January 30th this year. For the first few days, they were nursed from a surrogate mother, and then they were bottle-fed till they were weaned at 8 weeks. They live on a 2,000-acre ecological preserve with a secret location that's been certified by the American Humane Society. Nowadays, they eat a direwolf diet of beef, horse, and deer meat, and have a substantial staff of veterinarians and caretakers. Colossal Biosciences Chief Science Officer Beth Shapiro told Time magazine they will live their entire life on this protected ecological reserve where they have all sorts of space. By the time they were 6 months old, they were almost 4 feet long and weighed nearly 80 pounds. And it's projected that when they're fully grown, they'll be about 6 feet long and weigh about 150 pounds. Like, look how big its paws still are. That means if the projection plays out, they'll be almost a foot longer and almost as tall as a Great Dane. I can absolutely not wait to see that, and if you're like me and want to watch the pups grow, you can subscribe to Colossal's Instagram and YouTube pages. Another awesome aspect of this project is how these animals stand as a symbol of hope in the face of the ongoing Holocene extinction event. Extinction rates right now are about 100 to 1,000 times higher than natural background extinction rates, and Colossal's work is already helping us preserve and protect endangered species from going extinct. In this case, they've invented a novel cloning technique that's less invasive and less damaging to the animals they take their samples from. Instead of needing to anesthetize and surgically remove tissue samples from animals, this new technique only requires them to acquire cells from a simple blood draw. And they've already used this technique to birth 4 critically endangered red wolves. Scientists noticed that the red wolf would soon be extinct in the 60s, so they set up a breeding program with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. But the program was halted in 2015, and by 2021 there were just around 20 individuals left in the wild, and today there are only 16. A major concern, especially now, is that they were left with a genetic bottleneck that makes them susceptible to diseases and genetic defects. But interestingly, in the last few years, scientists have found red wolf DNA in the population of coyotes in Louisiana and Texas. So with this new generation of cloning and CRISPR, we can effectively add to their genetic diversity. Essentially, we can unbottleneck not only the red wolf, but also a host of other endangered animals around the world.